And then what? I want to bring in Jane Harman. She's a former congresswoman from California. She's also the former ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee. Currently, Harman is the director of the Woodrow Wilson International Center. Congresswoman, good to see you as always. You have said that the U.S. evidence on the Syrian regime is rock solid, but Russia is presenting their so-called evidence, courtesy of the regime, to the UN. Is this a point of impasse for any actual resolution? Can they get through this?
I don't think so. They own this problem now. Let's understand that if the deal falls apart, chemical weapons stay in Syria. I don't think that's going to happen. And let's imagine they get in the hands of these radical Islamists. Where are they going to be used? The post office address is Russia. This is an existential threat to Russia. Also, by the way, the Iranians were, 1 million Iranians in 1982 to 1986 were the targets of Saddam Hussein's sarin and mustard gas attacks. 100,000 got sick, 10 to 20,000 died. Iran understands this too. There is no way that Prime Minister Lavrov can be Mr. Niet past Saturday.
Well, Mike Morrell, who was acting director of the CIA until earlier this year, doesn't necessarily share your confidence and optimism. He tells Foreign Policy magazine, quote, "I think this is the Syrians playing for time. I do not believe that they would seriously consider giving up their chemical weapons." So Morrell, obviously leading the CIA until 6 months ago, you disagree with him?
I disagree with him. Syria has signed or asked to sign the Chemical Weapons Convention. Syria Syria's in a box. It can't use chemical weapons at this point, I don't think, any way possible. And by Saturday, Russia has to explain, as far as I know, why this deal isn't going through. We're not in the box. They're in the box. And they're the ones who would be the target of an attack. So I don't see this. I think John Kerry should be nominated for sainthood. And I think he's following Rahm Emanuel's playbook. No crisis should go to waste. And with this going on, with some overtures now by Rouhani in Iran, with at least some reason for optimism in the peace process, all the puzzle pieces are moving, and all the players are seeing a lot of each other. And I actually think, well, if I weren't an optimist, I wouldn't have been in Congress for 17 years. But I actually think we're headed, it's a mess on how we got here, but we're now headed to a place. We, the U.S., as partner with people in the region and in Europe, and hopefully with the world tuned in a good way, we're headed to a place where Syria and Russia have to do the right thing.